Sup guys, so you may be looking at the title and asking yourself, why does the Blizzling Smash Ultimate Mewtwo looks busted? And I'll explain why. So, first of all, everyone should know at this point, I've been playing a lot of Mewtwo because I think this character was looking good in Ultimate. And he's my type of character. He's, a defensive character that has lots of pressure once he conditions the opponent to be afraid of down tilt, shadow ball, fair, nair, etc. And now in Ultimate, I feel like they didn't really take away this game plan. And while they've nerfed some small things about him, they've given him buffs that might be overcompensating the nerfs. So we talk about this. So moves out of Super Core to Mewtwo and how they've been changed. Neutral Air. Neutral Air has a worse angle for comboing off the final hit. So that's just a flat out nerf. It has less hits on it though. It's 4 hits now as opposed to like 6 or 7 in Smash 4. Which might be a buff or a nerf because my guess is you can get more consistent drag down nair setups with less hits. However, it might linger for less amount of time. It might be easier for the opponents to like drop, shield, and punish. But it's an interesting change. It is worth mentioning that Neutral Air still has drag down steps. I saw drag down grab as an option because the opponent's still in like that electric lag after Nair drags him down. It can drag him down next to Mewtwo, and it looks like the same properties from Smash 4 still exist in Ultimate, which is crazy. I was expecting that to be basically removed, especially since Nair's final hit doesn't recombo that well anymore. Forward Air. Forward Air is basically a touch, and that's a ridiculously powerful move from Mewtwo. Kills, pressures, spaces, everything. Down tilt. Down tilt did get a slight nerf on the cooldown of it, but that's fine. You can still combo off it when you're close enough. If you do dash down tilt, you get the momentum from the dash and combo off of it. So I don't really think it's a nerf considering that you're going to be using a lot more dash down tilts with Mewtwo anyway. And more importantly, also I should mention that the angle of knockback is a little bit hard to combo off of as well. Another reason it's not as good of a combo tool, but it's compensated fully by the fact that forward tilt looks amazing now. So I'm not sure about the frame data on forward tilt, but I know the range on forward tilt got super buffed. Like that move is going really, really far, and that might be his main spacing tool, which is great because in Smash 4 you didn't use forward tilt at all. But if it has more range than down tilt, and that's Mewtwo's new like main spacing tool, assuming it has decent damage and like just knockback, that's gonna be crazy for his neutral. His neutral might even be better than it was before. Shadow Ball. Shadow Ball looks a little bit smaller, so it's just a flat out nerf if it's smaller. It also looks like it has less knockback. I could be wrong about that. But if it has less knockback, that's also a nerf. But it's still a ridiculously good tool. Like, it's still a key part of his game plan, so whatever. Next up, Side B. So Side B, I think, got buffed, actually. So in Smash 4, Side B was negative on hit. You side beat someone and they're like Sheik, they could actually forward air you before you could up tilt them, for example. In Ultimate, it looks like side B is either completely 0 on hit or like +1, which isn't that big. But the point is, it's going from being potentially punchable on hit if Mewtwo wants to press a button to being positive or even on hit to a point where Mewtwo should be able to press a button versus other characters and not like be afraid of getting smacked if they're fast characters. That is amazing. That is honestly a much bigger buff than I think anyone realizes. But we're not done with Side B yet. Side B now has more range in general. It has like the range of like down tilt, if not a little bit more range than down tilt, which is crazy considering it's a command grab that gives Mewtwo a decent advantage state for catching landings, especially in this game. And then finally, Side B is completely different in the air. In Smash 4, you'd use Side B and it would completely change your momentum. You could bounce around with it. It was really good from ability. In Ultimate, you completely stop in midair, which sounds bad at first and it may be worse. However, that's a different option for aerial movement because now you can just completely shift your momentum whenever you want with these Side Bs. And like you could use like Neutral B in Smash 4 shift your momentum as well. You can do it in Ultimate, but it shifts your momentum backwards. It doesn't completely stop it. It doesn't like halt it in a direction you want to face. So I think that's really cool, especially because now if you do like Shadow Ball cancel air dodge, in the air, you're going to be pretty punishable. So I like that. I think it'll be useful. We'll see what happens there. And then 2 other things I noticed which are crazy about Mewtwo. Actually 3. There's so many things to talk about. Forward throw. Forward throw now keeps the opponent closer to you, so the Shadow Balls connect more reliably. And it looks like you could not fall out of the Shadow Balls from forward throw, where in Smash 4 sometimes take like as low as 7 or 8 damage, maybe even less if there's a moving platform getting in your way. In Ultimate, since the opponent's so close when Mewtwo Shadow Ball, and they don't go as far when each Shadow Ball hits them, it looks like it might just be a consistent 14 damage, which is awesome. And it looks like Mewtwo still gets things like moving platform towards the opponent while forward throwing them to get combos and follow-ups. So that's nice, that's still in there, and that's just a better throw overall. Back throw looks the same, but it's still a kill throw, and it looks very cool now, which is nice. Up throw is still a kill throw, which is nice. Up smash is still a kill move, and in fact, it looks like it has less hits, but a bigger hitbox, meaning it's more reliable. You might do dash up smash to someone and actually hit them instead of them falling out half the time. And if it's a bigger hitbox, it might just cover landings even better. Like, it looks like the size of Battlefield, which is crazy. And then finally, I think, his teleport cancel. So, as far as we knew, his teleport cancels were gone at the ledge and on non-moving platforms. However, I saw footage at this Nintendo Ultimate Smash UK event that Mewtwo's teleport cancel still works on moving platforms, which is crazy, because that's an amazing landing option. Even if he doesn't have it in, say, Battlefield, if he has that in Smashville or Town, especially with moving platforms being so much slower, making it easier to get these teleport cancels in the first place, that's huge for him. I'm not sure if that's going to be for other characters that have like ledge cancels, or it's only for Mewtwo. But regardless, that's a big deal that's in there. Huge deal. So, like, unless they nerf Mewtwo from the current build, he looks absolutely phenomenal. He looks like he has all the tools he had from his last game, slightly rebalanced and toned down in exchange for other tools being better and overcompensating. And I'm really excited for this character in Ultimate. I think, especially with the mechanic changes just helping him, like, this character zooms around now. A lot of characters have bad disadvantages, so his relatively bad disadvantage in Smash 4, I don't think it's going to be as big of a deal. And yeah, I'm very excited for him. 100-ish days left to Smash Ultimate comes out, guys. Super hype. If there's any characters you want me to talk about in other videos, just let me know in the comments below. Until then, see you for the next video.